Hi, my name is Alex Leavitt. I am 22 years old, and I am a researcher at the Convergence Culture Consortium at MIT. I study the relationship between fans and transmedia. So basically, that's continuous storytelling over different mediums, like film, television, music, etc. So for example, I recently did a study on Fox's Glee. So after the series premiered, fans could view the episodes online, they could watch the show by downloading the music, or they could also celebrate the fandom by performing dances to single ladies online. But one particular fandom that I'm a big fan of and I've been studying for a number of years is the community that's formed around Japanese animation. And they have a unique relationship with media because it's really manifested itself strongly in the real world over the past few decades, such as with cosplay. And most of this manifestation has occurred through franchises, such as Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is a television series in Japan in 1996. The fan following is so strong today that even with the recent film remakes, this $900 cell phone sold 20,000 units in under 5 hours. So in Japan, otaku, which are hardcore aficionados of popular culture, have described their relationship to this media as moe, which basically is a budding passion between these characters. Now, the moe phenomenon can bring together fans with giant robots, with trains, but mainly it is associated with cute girls. So Ken Akamatsu, who is a manga author, describes this moe as an innocent or pure feeling towards these girls. And as you can see, there's one boy there. So moe is really character-focused, and it represents an emphasis on style and fetishistic symbol at the expense of narrative. So there's not really as much storytelling. So here you can see that the passion for headphones is accentuated by the representation of characters, even though there's really no context to these girls. But my interest in moe really is how this desire manifests itself in the real world. So how does the consummation of stories in media get into the real world? So here you can see someone celebrating a character's birthday with a real cake. So Patrick Galbraith, who's a current PhD student in Tokyo, he's an anthropology student who's written about moe as a feeling that pursues fantasies. So it's really subjective, and it's based on an individual's tastes. However, if we look at the economic implications of moe, to understand sales, most producers nowadays have borrowed from the moe aesthetic and specifically cater to this otaku subculture. So we can see that people are consuming a predetermined set of aesthetics. However, if we look at the history of trends in moe, these aesthetics sometimes come from galge, which are adult-oriented text-based narratives or visual novels. So Kanon was transformed into 2 popular television series, but it was mainly based on an earlier adult dating sim aimed at men. Moe, however, can also apply to females. So, for example, here we have moe, which was placed on a bag of rice. It sold thousands to this male otaku population, but another industry was created by putting beautiful men on rice bags to cater to fujoshi, or female characters. So in 2001, Hiroki Azuma theorized that otaku consume these characters like a database, so they take specific elements and they can just throw it on different characters. But in the past decade, we've seen a lot of places and events where moe can realize itself in the real world. So here, you see maids who come from a lot of the maid cafes in Japan doing a public display of this moe affection. In 2009, the New York Times even profiled a Japanese fan who consumed his narrative by nurturing a body pillow, which is frequently sexualized young girls in very promising situations. But if we look beyond the erotic guise of moe, anime can have a profound impact on fan engagement. So in 2006, the anime Lucky Star featured 2 girls who were the protagonists who worked at an actual temple in Japan, which prompted thousands of Japanese fans to travel to Washinoma Shrine, dressing up as the characters and leaving behind these tokens. Recently, Becky Cruel, who's a young British teen, danced to anime pop songs on YouTube. It hit Nico Nico Doga, which is the Japanese version of YouTube. And she eventually came to perform in Tokyo and is releasing a CD in Japan. Similarly, Sal 9000 traveled to Guam with a copy of his Nintendo DS game Love Plus in order to arrange a marriage ceremony with one of the protagonists. The ceremony was streamed live over the web to thousands of other otaku. And even Microsoft Bing is catering to these Japanese fans by using female mascots. And popular characters have really always thrived in Japan. So you can see this 1-to-1 Mobile Suit Gundam scale commemorated the 30th anniversary of the franchise. In the span of 2 months, it brought 4 million visitors. So the first from the first Japanese television series to a modern component, we can see that the power of characters really helps stories span media and impact our lives. Thanks a lot.